This Family Life News podcast is made possible by the support of listeners like you.
They once ruled the seven seas, and even today, their majesty on the water remains undeniable.
Let the tall ships sail, as the wild winds will. If I ever make it home, I'll tell the tale. Let the tall ships sail.
Welcome to Family Life Staycations, a summertime feature where we highlight great places to visit around the Family Life listening area. I'm Mark Webster, and this week we're off to the shoreline of Erie, Pennsylvania to preview Tall Ships Erie 2025, August 21st to the 24th. Our captain for this audio voyage is an experienced hand at the helm and at promoting the love of all things sailing. He's Captain Billy Sabatini, and he does all that as president and CEO of Tall Ships Erie and captain of the schooner Lettie G. Howard.
I came to Erie June 1st, 2005 to become the third mate of the U.S. brig Niagara. And over the course of 19 years, I've worked my way from third mate to second mate to chief mate to captain to executive director. They finally promoted me to the point where I don't think I can be promoted anymore as president and CEO. I actually started off in sailing when I was about 13, 14 years old on a ship called Tabor Boy in Marion, Massachusetts at Tabor Academy, where I went to high school. On the ocean in Massachusetts is where I'm from. Right. And then I moved to Maine, went to Maine Maritime Academy, which is effectively boat college. It's a wonderful boat college, and graduated there with a degree in small vessel operations with a concentration in sail training. So I have a degree in exactly what I do. Not everybody gets to say that, which is kind of nice. Yeah. And being here in Erie, I sailed on Niagara for 19 years. We also operate the schooner Lettie G. Howard, owned by South Street Seaport Museum in New York City. And we operate the ship through a programmatic collaboration with them. That ship's been here since 2018, and I sail as captain of that as well. So I run both the office and the ship. We started doing Tall Ships Erie. 94 was the first one that was done.
How did it get started?
That's an even longer story. But and then in 2010, we started them up again. And we've been doing them every 3 years since 2010. The festivals themselves goes back to Tall Ships America, the National Sail Training Association that really kind of leads the charge for sail training in this country and Tall Ships events. So I'm on the board. I'm one of the vice chairs of Tall Ships America, and I chair the Race and Rally Committee, which sets up the thing that is the Tall Ships Challenge. The Tall Ships Challenge is a series of port events in a particular region. So every year we'll pick a different region: Atlantic Coast, Pacific Coast, Gulf Coast, Great Lakes, and then coordinate all the different ports so that we can do races with tall ships in between. And the whole point is to get trainees underway. And trainees are kids. You know, usually we think of a trainee as being somewhere the high school, college age, but sometimes it goes up to about 25. And we'll take on trainees of all ages too. But the Tall Ships America kind of really does set up the whole process so that these ships can come into these different regions. They do an amazing job. Obviously I have a bias, I'm on the board, but it's a really impressive thing. And started in the Great Lakes, somewhat unorganized for a little while, but starting in around 1998, they got into the cycle of doing it every 3 years.
Take that much of a break just because it's such a big undertaking to throw together? Or?
Yes, it is. I mean, these events, they cost a lot of money. A lot of times people think that these events are fundraisers, and they are. We do try to raise money, but many of the port festivals, they're not money-making things. This is more about economic impact. It's about making that particular city important in the sailing world and about drawing in tourism, those type of things. Their hope is just to break even. Here in Erie, we do try to use this as a fundraiser to help sustain us until we can do it again. And the reason we need to be sustained is because we're conducting sail training programs on Lettie G. Howard. We're also doing things with the Bayfront Maritime Center. We're supporting maritime education in any way we can. It takes a lot of money to do these things. These ships are very large, very impressive, and the traditional skills to maintain them are one of the things that we preserve. By supporting a Tall Ships festival like Tall Ships Erie, you're actually preserving the art of traditional seamanship going forward. forward into future generations. So whether it's really we take people on the ships and to go sailing with them, whether it's a day sail or right now we're doing a 5-day high school program. Most of the kids are actually pretty local and they're out on Lettie G Howard right now doing that. Or if it's something that's more long format. We were very close to actually doing trimester and semester high school programs on Lettie G Howard. So maritime education and getting kids exposed to the maritime world is truly what we're doing by putting on an event like Tall Ships Erie. We want more people to recognize that not only is the maritime world accessible, it's a really impressive industry to go into. And we feel that the access to the water should be for everybody, and it can transform a person's life. An event like this is only possible when you have volunteers. The volunteers for Tall Ships Erie have shown up in force. I knew I was going to need roughly 250 to 300 volunteers. We put out the call about 2 weeks ago, and we have 360. This community supports this event, whether it's the city, county, the Port Authority, law enforcement. Everybody is supportive of what we're doing, and our volunteers show up to make it all possible. And I can't thank them enough for representing who we are as a community and who we are as a region when we're going to present ourselves to the rest of the sailing world.
Yeah. So let's talk about Tall Ships Erie 2025. We're getting pretty close here. I guess it could be different things to different people. But what are some of the things people can expect when they show?
The first piece is the parade of sail. So if you can be here on Thursday at 4 o'clock, we'll have 9 ships sailing into Presque Isle Bay, which is a really impressive sight because you don't get to see that. It doesn't exist in the world to have 9 tall ships at the same place at the same time, except for the festival. If you can see that, it's really amazing. The parade of sail is free. There's no charge, you just have to be here. One thing we've been telling everybody though is just because the parade of sail is free for you does not mean it's free for us.
Yeah.
And we actually have Erie Gives, which is next week. The Erie Community Foundation does 1 day of giving. So we're telling people, look up the Flagship Niagara League, which is our actual name. Mm-hmm. We don't use it that much anymore. But please think of us during Erie Gives. Right. And one thing we've been asking people to do is if you enjoy the parade of sail, if it's something that really moves you, even if you're not going to come to the festival, buy a ticket. It's $12. Effectively, it's a donation to say thank you for putting on this parade of sail. But it starts off with a parade, which is a really amazing, phenomenal thing to see. And then after that, there's kind of a bit of a lull while the ships get ready for the festival Thursday night. Then on Friday morning, everything gets kicked off. So we have 4 ships doing day sails. So you can actually go on the ships and go sailing out in the bay with 3 other ships sailing around with you, which is amazing to be a part of. And then there's 5 ships that are open for deck tours. So your $12 admission plus a $6 add-on gets you onto all of the ships. So it's $18 and you get to go on a tour of 5 different ships. You can talk to the crew, you can touch the lines, you get to be on the ship and really feel what it's like to be on board. And then we also have a maritime marketplace inside the convention center. So we have about 30 plus vendors. They're all going to be there, do a little shopping and find some things that might be interesting for you. And then we have a kids zone that's also going to be in the convention center. We try to give things for people to do, not just on the ships. There's a music that's going to be there. And then over at Dobbins, we have our VIP area, because we have 2 different levels of VIP, and also we're going to be doing a bit of a beer garden, our retail store plus soda, water on the top level of Dobbins. So anyone that has a ticket can come up there, grab a soda, sit back, and just take it all in.
You don't have to be an old salt to really appreciate it. It's just something for everybody. It
is, and the whole idea is about, like I said earlier, about exposing people to something they don't think is real. Effectively, we're nothing but magical pirate ships, right? But we're not. I mean, these are professional mariners. I've dedicated my entire life and my entire career to training people under sail. And it's a real job. And it comes with real risks and real world problems. Mm-hmm. So we want people to know about this, and we want to connect people to the past. You can have no idea about what boats are, what water is, or tall ships are, and you can come down and just take in the spectacle of it. It's like someone taking the space shuttle and parking it in your front yard, because that's how unique these ships are. Even if you're a history buff and you know everything about ships, you're going to love it. But if you know nothing about ships, you're still going to love it. And on top of all that, we have the world's largest rubber duck. That's another piece.
Say no more.
You can see the world's largest rubber duck. So come down and check that out. And then after you're done with that, go check out the ships too.
Try to sum it up a little bit then. What do you hope the average attendee walks away with?
I want you to realize what's possible. Because if what we do is real and what we do is possible, what else is out there in the world for you? That's what I want people to get out of an experience like this. I want you to challenge yourself and think about, what can I do with my life? Coming here and seeing all these tall ship sailors and what they do with their lives, I want you to think what's possible with yours.
That's Captain Billy Sabatini, President and CEO of Tall Ships Erie, and the schooner Lettie G. Howard, talking about Tall Ships Erie 2025, coming to the Erie, Pennsylvania waterfront August 21st to the 24th. You can learn more at tallshipserie.org. And this has been Family Life Staycations, a weekly summertime feature highlighting great places to visit around the Family Life listening area. Please join us again next time as we hit the road again for another Family Life Staycation.
Come on!
Thank you for listening to this Family Life News podcast. If you've been encouraged by what you've heard, please share it with others and click the subscribe button to automatically receive future episodes. Family Life is a listener-supported ministry. Podcasts like this are made possible by your financial partnership. Find out more at familylife.org.